Hi everyone, I'm Christopher Thornycroft with Redwood Logistics and welcome to the Redwood Rundown for the week of September 22nd, 2025, aka Caleb, 4-touchdown, Wiener Circle, Char Dog, Victory Week. There you got it. Also the end of the quarter. What's going on for the end of the quarter? Hey, the same stuff that you're pretty much used to. A little bit of a volume increase that's out there, Southern California, a little bit more on the import activity. If you've got more import activity, then you're probably having more of your local and regional drivers switch on over to dray activity. That takes away from overall capacity. And yes, that starts to make it a little bit more difficult to move that freight out of Los Angeles, particularly if you are getting tendered freight later in the day, later than you should. And then on top of that, the Thursday and Friday, it gets more difficult. And yeah, we'd probably assume Monday and Tuesday as well. You've got your Apple season that's moving in New York, and that's taken up, taken away from some capacity over there. In general, you've got carriers avoiding the Southeast. But for the most part, you're looking at a pretty down volume environment. And so capacity is in what we would say like an equilibrium to the amount of freight volume that's out there. But we do think that this market is continuing to get more sensitive as we know that capacity is coming on out. If you take a look at the most recent update from the QCEW, that's the quarterly census of employment and wages report. They review unemployment claims. It is the gold standard for employment reporting in the United States. It's far more accurate than the CES data. That's that current employment survey statistics data. And if you take a look it's only up through the first quarter. But if you look March of 2025, we are seeing at 504,000 drivers and warehouse workers. That's down 16,000 employees year over year. And we are now down to the lowest level of employment by QCEW reporting that we've been at, really, other than for a blip in there of COVID, since 2018. It's telling us that it's getting more difficult. If you take a look at ACT research, they are saying that the current driver availability index is actually upside down, so that drivers aren't as available as they were. If you watch a load to truck ratio, it continues to show that it's tighter in markets to be able to it's tighter in markets that shouldn't be in trying to find capacity. If you look at the Sonar OTRI, it's up about 30% year over year, like clockwork. So we continue to see all of this data come in that's telling us the same thing that we feel on a regular basis, which is capacity is coming out, the market is growing more fragile. The only thing that's keeping a cap on the market is the lack of volume. The question we have to ask, what happens in Q4 when all of a sudden you have more holiday time, which means that more private fleets are taking PTO, and that means more freight gets moved over to the for-hire side? And what happens when intermodal service can't hit holiday cut dates? Because we've seen it before. Saw it for Labor Day, saw it for July 4th, saw it for Memorial Day, and that freight gets moved on over into the truckload space. Is there then enough freight in the for-hire space to create imbalances? I think we're going to see it. I think we're going to see more than what we saw last year, even with this muted volume environment. However, until we see a pickup of demand, you are going to continue to see tender acceptance be relatively high, and people really working hard, trying to make sure that they're able to provide that service that's needed there. That's all we've got for this week. We'll talk to you soon, hopefully with another victory week. Let's go. Take out the Raiders. They don't play in Oakland anymore. They don't play in Los Angeles anymore. The Vegas Raiders, they can go play hockey. Take care. Bye.